Alright guys, now let's look at the multiplication of fractions. So multiplication is very, very simple. All you have to know is we multiply the numerators together and we multiply the denominators together. That is all, guys. Alright guys, so let's have a look at question 1. Evaluate the multiplication of these two fractions. Just multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together. So 2 times 1 is what goes in the numerator, and 3 times 5 is what goes in the denominator. 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 5 is 15, so the answer is just 2 on 15. How easy was that? That's all you need to do, okay? Just work with numerators together, denominators together. That is the key thing. Let's do another one, question 2. This time it has 2 over 3 squared. Now if it's 2 over 3 squared, it's basically saying we have to square the 2 and square the 3, right? So we have 2 times 2, which is 2 squared, and 3 times 3 on the denominator, which is also 3 squared. Now 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, so the answer is simply just 4 on 9. Easy stuff, yeah? Question 3, evaluate. Okay, guys, this time when you want to evaluate this, because we're multiplying the numerators together and the denominators together, we can simplify whatever's on the numerator with whatever's on the denominator if they have any common factors. So see here, guys, the 3 and the 3, this one's on the numerator, this one's on the denominator. So we can divide both of them by 3 and get rid of it, right? So let's get rid of this C. Okay, first of all, so we have, I'll just write that down again. The 3, let's get rid of it. And this 3 also, let's get rid of it. Because the top and bottom we can cancel by 3, right? So whatever's left on the numerator, we'll write on the numerator, which is just 2. And then 7 is left on the denominator, so that's just 2 on 7. That's all you need to say. Okay, so you're basically writing down whatever's left on both the numerator and denominator after doing the crossing. Yes? Okay, question 4. Again, we want to evaluate. So we have this kind of fractions together. We have to multiply them. Now, I'll just write it down over here. You can see that 12 and 15, I think they have common factors. It doesn't matter if you do diagonally, as long as one's on top and one's on bottom. Okay, this is when we're multiplying, you can do this. So 12 and 15, I can see that 3 is a common factor. So let's cross out the 15 and it will become 5, because the 15 divided by 3 is 5. And now let's cross out the 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So I've simplified it. So let's write down what's left. On the numerator, there's 2, and then the 4 is left, yeah? And on the denominator, the 5 and the 7 is left. So now we can just do the multiplication. 2 times 4 is 8, and you can see that 5 times 7 is 35. So the answer is just 8 on 35. Easy stuff. So if you can simplify first, do the simplification first, because it makes the makes the multiplication much more easier to work with. Alright, question 5. This time I've got mixed numerals. So mixed numerals, when we're multiplying, we'll have to make them into improper fractions first. We cannot actually do the numbers in front first, so we'll have to do the improper fraction form first. So, see this one here, 2 and 1 over 2? The denominator will still remain as 2. All we have to do is do 2 times 2, which is 4. See, so 2 times 2 is here, and then we add whatever's left on the 1. Because guys, look, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 comes back to 2. Yeah? So in order to change it to an improper form, you can go like this. 2 times 2, and then add whatever's on the numerator. Same with this one. See? 3 times 3 is what goes on the top, and add whatever's on the numerator like that. And the denominator is same as 3. Yes? So let's simplify it out. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Yeah? So now let's simplify. Now guys, have a look. 2 and the 10. I think they're both divisible by 2, isn't it? So let's cross out the 2, and that just becomes 1. And let's cross out the 10, and that will become 5, because 10 divided by 2 will be 5. So now, what's left on the numerator? Left on the numerator is 5 times 5, which becomes 25, and the denominator is just 3. So that's done. But because the question's in mixed numeral form, let's try to leave our answer in mixed numeral form as well. So guys, ask yourself, how many lots of 3's fit into 25? I think 8 lots of 3's, because I know that 8 times 3 is 24. So 8 times 3 is 24, and then to get back to 25, I'll have to add an extra 1, don't I? So now let's split the fraction in 2. So I have 24 on 3, plus 1 on 3. And then I know that 24 on 3 is simply going to be 8. So So we have 8 plus 1 on 3 left. And then, if it's plus, we can get rid of the sign and it will just become 8 1 over 3. That will just be our answer for this question. So it's a good idea always to leave your answer in the same form as the question gives it to us. In this case, a mixed numeral.